Hi, my name is Lewis Robinson, and I'm the author of The Islanders. What are the three things you want people to know and be thinking about when they read this book? I primarily hope that you can feel what it feels like to be part of this group of young people who are brought out to Whaleback Island without, knowing why they've been brought out there. To feel what it feels like to be working together, to feel what it feels like to be sleeping in those woods and swimming in that cold water, and also to feel what it feels like to be Walt McNamara, to be kind of in his mind and witnessing the way he thinks. So those are my primary hopes. What didn't make it into the book? What did you leave out of the book? So I had a draft of this book that took. I had scenes that took place in this vast underground bunker on the island, and I really liked that idea conceptually, but ultimately it just didn't seem feasible that they could have built this huge underground bunker on this offshore island, so I ended up taking that out. Why did you write this book, and why now? So I work with young people. I teach at the University of Maine at Farmington. My wife is a high school English teacher here in Portland. I have two teenage kids, and I, when I was starting the book, I was thinking so much about just how different it is to be, a person becoming an adult in this world today than it was for me at that same age. I started writing just kind of in emotional response to what I was seeing, like the way that kids are responding to the challenges that we have dumped in their laps. And just a kind of a emotional tribute to the resilience that I was witnessing, and just the way that kids today are able to kind of see beyond themselves and to think about other people. So that's kind of where it came from, and why I wrote it now. If folks have read and loved your book, what other books should they be reading? What else should people read, watch, listen to? I love the Tennessee writer Kevin Wilson. He's the author of Nothing to See Here and Now Is Not the Time to Panic, among other novels and short story collections. He's just so funny and smart and entertaining, and provocative, he's just a really nimble writer whose books are just wildly entertaining and interesting. Portland writer Sarah Bronstein is also a favorite, and she has this miraculous new story collection called Baby in a Box, and it's so vivid and interesting. The characters and situations just raise really great ideas as you're reading, and it's a great getaway book. Percival Everett and Nicholson Baker are two veteran writers that I have so much admiration for, and who are worthy of being read. And I mean, Nicholson Baker, I've read all of his books and just can't wait for the next one. And Percival Everett is kind of a new interest of mine, and I've read several of his books, but there's so much there. So just a brilliant and entertaining writer. That's all. Thank you so much for your interest in The Islanders.